A day in the life of Elsie the dog. I think I want to walk around the park.
Oh no, she wants to walk.
She wants to run.
She wants to take off like a bullet. I'm gonna edit after. Well, I think you get the
He's vicious, watch out.
She's cute.
Yeah. Oh no.
Hi.
Elsie! So excited. Look at all those gardens in there.
Yeah, that looks pretty.
That's the main garden.
Yes. The main garden is over there.
Need more glue.
We now approach the main garden area. This is a memorial for the King of Hartford, who passed away 200 years ago. He left the entire garden to his dog Elsie, who's now still alive, remarkably. Some say...
by his servant, Travis Curtis.
Yes, Travis also, and his fathers before him, have tended the garden for quite a while now. Travis enjoys the Margaret Main. It is one of his favorite plant species. As you can see, these flowers are in bloom. And there is wood encasing their
Stuffy stuff.
location. There are a large variety of flowers in the Elsie Gardens, otherwise known as Elizabeth Park.
The main enclosure
Oh, the main-
encased in an arch.
Really?
The main enclosure is encased in an arch which walks down to the main point. The gazebo
The gazebo.
on the sides.
Now,
All the spectacular flowers, and you can see the spectacular arches over there, which is exactly the feel they were looking for.
beautiful. Now, the King of Hartford, I hear, is buried underneath the gazebo. Is that true? Some say it's a rumor.
That is not true. Actually, it's also been rumored that Jimmy Hoffa is buried under there.
Really?
Also not true.
Oh, I thought he was the King of Hartford.
Many a rumor.
Yes, 'tis what the
Many a
rumor.
rumor.
'Tis what the rumor.
I must say, that was a beautiful picture.
It is a lovely day for our photo shoots. Each one of these benches is dedicated to one of the princes and princesses of the past King of Hartford.
Also not true.
Really? Well, this one surely must be something. The Marija Koopman flower, which is not in bloom very much.
The Jane Pentagill.
Really? Oh, Jane Pentonkill! Oh, yes! She was the great Duchess of Simsbury at one point.
Jane Pentagill
Yes.
is actually in play from 1822 to 14. No, I got it backwards. 1422 to 1820.
Really?
She actually pioneered this rose.
Really? Is that where you get it from, Miss Elsie?
But she was an absolute failure. As you can see, it does not bloom while all the other roses do.
Yes, it is but a tragedy. I heard she died similarly.
Actually blooms late in the season when no one's here.
No one's here. When the first bits of snow and frost begin to nip your nose, I heard. Oh yes, and I hear if you dig there's some gold. That's why they call it
he
strike
did
it
actually
rich.
strike it rich with this particular rose.
Hmm.
But it does not bloom just as our previous.
You can see they are a bit withered.
They do bloom at this exact time in England.
Plow my petunias, oh boy. Oh, here's a nice one. This one looks ripe, if you ask me. This flower here is lovely. Oh, and look at these ones. These flowers on the verge of their maturity. What a lovely array. Such delicious and wonderful colors. The bees are floating through the air and several mosquitoes. I cannot imagine a more fantastic moment than this. Elsie is wondering what's going on.
Like I said, I am here to tend the gardens.
Oh, the Waxmans. I heard they were great patrons of the flowers at one point.
Alright, so that's 4-3 then. Or 5-3.
Looks like they are out of Rosenheim. Well, when are the Rosenheims in?
What are we? 5-3. We got 3 points.
Now that's a mystery. Perhaps Cords will know. Flowers are like friends. They bring color to your world. Then where are the flowers? Are there no flowers? Then I must have no friends. My world is only black and white. It is a tragedy. Oh, I found a flower. I found a friend. For all the residents of Greater Hartford, I think they'll need more flowers to give them to all of them. I see the gazebo encased in plants and various shrubbery. I suppose in the spring they call this the shrubbery garden, because there's more shrubbery than flowers anyways. Although I suppose that's the nature of the beast. There's a nice one.
I got some homework to do.
You cannot tell a flower when to flower.
This is true, but can you flower in your footsteps?
You cannot tell a flower when to flower.
No, you cannot.
Rest, my friend.
The flower just flowers of its own accord. One day you will understand. Watch the flower. It will bloom, and before your eyes you will understand life in its meaning. Take this one, Flying Kiss. But there's no flower there, except for this little withered little thing.
Doesn't matter to me.
Really spicy today.
I don't know. We're all just hanging out.
Elsie has been known to challenge dogs from other gardens.
Nice.
Well, she's, I mean,
But she'll let on. How old is she? She's, I think she's yeah.
I bet I can make an interesting video out of this stuff. I mean, this is oh, it's a lovely rose. What a lovely, lovely flower.
rose.
What is this cell phone doing in front of such a natural specimen as that? Beautiful. Lovely, if I do say so myself. This one was handpicked by the Queen. See, 100 years of roses.
What time do you have?
It's probably time to go.
Go. Oh, let me take a picture of this too.
Oh, look, more dead flowers. No, Elsie united France and Japan. You see the Shih Tzu and the French Poodles. They aligned their interests during the Great War of 2081.
2081.
Oh, yes. Well, don't you know the world in the future is ruled by dogs?
Yes, but it's now 2017 and she's still a Shih Tzu poodle mix, so how do you explain that?
How do you explain that the queen died after living for 200 years? Or the garden has roses that never die? Or full arena, capturing all of it in its exuberance. Well, she's taking photographs over there. How did you escape the garden?
And happiness all at once.
How did you get out? Did she let you out? Look at her with her tongue sticking out. Do you mock me, dog? Dog, do you mock me?
Say I do. I do mock you.
How dare you stick your tongue in my general direction? I shall reduce you to nothing but shrubbery if this continues. Oh, now you face the other way, Miss Elsie.
Says, I will pay no attention.
You pay no attention? How dare you? My shadow is taller than me. What does that say about my self-esteem? We are being stalked by a garden keeper in the distance. Yes.
As we stand between lovers.
Yes, as we stand between lovers in the light of the pond. And henceforth depart we. That's the pond? That's more like a swamp or a marsh. Alligators dwell here. Some try to cross to their own peril. The dog does not frequent the pond, for it is a grave area of great danger. But this pristine pond was the bathhouse of the Queen herself. Queen of Hartford.
The Queen of Hartford.
Yes, you heard me. She's buried next to her husband underneath the gazebo. She used to swim to the island in the middle with her gun and shoot duck and geese.
Or she would just walk from the other side where there's like a landline. But, you know.
Oh, it is connected? Tis? Oh, yes, this island. That one there? Not.
And at times it wanders.
The hobbits are sadly extinct. The fountain there is made out of human blood. This pond is made up wholly of the blood of the enemies of the Queen of Hartford. Its waters run deep.
Who were the enemies?
Of Hartford.
Who were they?
Well, some of them were from North Dakota and Austrians in there, you know, variety.
All enemies of the Queen of Hartford.
Yes.
Hartford, Connecticut.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
What is this Connecticut? You mock? She's not in her element. She belongs in the garden.
Although I do agree with the enemy, certain philosophers
Certain philosophy.
actually talked about the enemies of the Queen of Hartford.
Really?
Were from Simsbury.
Simsbury.
Simsbury, Connecticut.
Then what would the Duchess do? The Duchess of Simsbury.
So we can continue with this charade.
Charade? This is serious bullshit.
Or we can speak the truth about the Duchess of Hartford.
There's no Duchess of Hartford.
Oh no,
She was maimed in the Battle of
She was
Newington.
not a queen.
She's no longer a queen.
She was never a queen. She was the Duchess.
Heresy! Off with your head! Wait, let me check the
So
ledger.
speaketh you, my friend.
Speaketh thus not thee.
I have perfect documentation.
Then how could Edward Bill be labeled on this precipice of a bench you sit
This
upon?
is a direct descendant of the Duchess of Hartford.
Ah, your very loins lie.
You're very lonely.
Yes, Edward J. Bill clearly was present at the Battle of Simsbury, where the Duchess escaped in the tunnel downtown Hartford.
This is the great niece
The Queen.
of the Duchess of Hartford.
Impossible. She was
never a queen.
She was martyred at the Battle of Danbury.
Lies.
Lies. Fabrications? It cannot be. I must report to the page at once.
You must
The prevailing authorities, the aristocrats, will not approve.
publish this, and you will know
Dear
that
God,
you will be arrested on treason.
this cannot be. So there is an heir? An heir to the throne of Hartford?
Our child.
No.
Mulatto.
But there's not. This is the story for.
From Moors.
It was foretold in the legend.
And Romans.
Yes, it was foretold.
This is done.
But this was just a children's story they tell to the babies on the side of the bed.
My friend, this is the truth.
The truth of legend. This is an epic tale of which will never be surpassed.
He's an Easter.
The House of Hartford will live again.
It will, under the flag of a Moor and a Roman.
But you do know the great part of that story. The poodle was to inherit the kingdom. Look at her with the true heir to the throne of Hartford.
This will be the royal dog.
A royal dog. Oh boy. Can it be? The great coin has been discovered upon the tree. So the legend must be true. The return of the herald of the West Marsh. If you are actually the heir, the Duchess of Hartford, then then the legend has foresaid that you would be able to pull a sword from your phone. Can it be? It is.
Is that good?
The sword flower, yes. So it is true.